Hey, what is up people? This is Johnny and welcome to my top 5 Pokemon that should have a Mega Evolution in Generation 3 or Hoenn. Number 5, Walrein. Walrein is an ice and water type Pokemon. It shatters ice with its big tusk. It thicks blubber, repels not only the cold but also its enemy attacks. Now this Pokemon is a category Ice Break, and its ability has thick fat ice body. It has weaknesses of electric, fighting, grass, and rock. It also has 3 evolutions, Speel and Celio. And this Pokemon has a pretty good base stats, so this is another great reason why this Pokemon should have a Mega Evolution. If you look at the base stat, it's probably one of the best of the Pokemon that they have. I don't know why they didn't give it a Mega Evolution right away, but this one is definitely a Pokemon that deserves it. Number 4, Swellow. It is a normal flying type Pokemon. It has the weaknesses of electric, ice, and rock. Its Pokédex entry states, if its 2 tail feathers are standing at attention, it's proof of a good health. It soars elegantly in the sky. Now this Pokemon has a category of Swallow, and it has an abilities of Guts. Now it also has a pretty good high speed. If you look at its base stats, it's more of a speed Pokemon rather than an HP attack defense. And it looks pretty amazing. It also has a previous evolution as Tello. This Pokemon is pretty awesome because you get it as one of your previous evolution on Pokemon. So I kind of like it. It's a pretty starter. I wish it had its own Mega Evolution because I always had it on my team while I went through the whole Hoenn region. Number 3, Welllord. It is a water type Pokemon. It has a weaknesses of electric and grass. Its Pokédex entry state, it can sometimes knock out opponents with the shock created by breaching and crashing its big body onto the water. Its category is the Float Well. Its abilities are Oblivious and Water Vial. Now the base stats are pretty decent. It has more of a HP and a little bit of attack on the stats, so it's not that bad of a Pokemon. It evolves from Welllord, and I think it's actually a pretty well designed Pokemon. It's the only big well Pokemon that I actually seen, the biggest one actually. I know there's Kyogre as well, but I like this Pokemon. Number 2, Flygon. It is a ground and dragon type Pokemon. It has a weakness of ice, dragon, and fairy as well. Now this Pokemon's Pokédex entry states, it hides itself by kicking up desert sand with its wings. Red cover shields its eyes from its sand. Its category is Mystic, and it has an ability of Levitate. Now this Pokemon has some pretty good base stats, pretty kind of evenly, not the best, but it's pretty awesome. It has a good speed and attack around balance, almost closely to each other, about the same actually. And it has a special attack, and everything else is kind of balanced. Now I like the design of this Pokemon. It looks pretty amazing, and it has actually some pretty good moves if you know which ones to use. And it has 3 previous evolutions. Why not give this a Pokemon a Mega Evolution? It looks like an awesome Pokemon. For the final number 1 Pokemon, Melodic. Now this Pokemon is actually a water type Pokemon. It has weaknesses of electric and grass. Melodic's Pokédex states, Melodic is a breathtakingly beautiful. Those that see it are said to forgot their combative spirits. This Pokemon is actually pretty good for combat in the Pokemon battles. It has a category of Tender, Marvel Scales as its ability. And look at its base stats. If you look at its base stats, this is just a really strong Pokemon. As you can see, it has pretty high HP, attack, defense, special attack, and special defense and speed. And it evolves from Feebas, and it's actually just an amazing Pokemon. I like it. Even though this is not a competitive look at the Pokemons, but it's just an amazing design. Overall, the design I like about this Pokemon. What can you not like about it? It's just a really good Pokemon. I wonder why they didn't make a Mega Evolution of this Pokemon. It actually deserves one in one of the Pokemons that you would expect to have a Mega Evolution, but sadly it did not. But I think it does make my list of my top number 1 Melodic Pokemon of Generation 3. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me in the comment section what are your top favorite 5 Pokemon that deserve a Mega Evolution. Also, if you haven't checked out some of my previous videos, make sure to click on those 2 boxes in the middle to go check them out. Thanks.